Hello, Miss Marianne here with week 3 of our summer reading program. This year the theme is Imagine Your Story. And today's story are about the imaginary creature, the dragon. The first story I want to read to you today is Dragon Was Terrible. The author is Kelly DiPucchio, and the pictures or illustrations are by Greg Pizzoli. Dragon was terrible. Dragon was terrible. Naturally, dragons have a bit of terrible in them because they are dragons after all. He stomped on the flowers. He played tricks on the guards, and he spit on cupcakes. Who does that? Dragon, that's who. That's not all. He scribbled in books, he threw sand, and he took candy from baby unicorns. Honestly, that's terrible. The king had had enough. Enough, he said. And he posted this sign. Brave knights, whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift. It shall be a nice gift. Ye shall like it. His Royal Majesty, the King. Dragon was here. Knights lined up to show off their dragon taming skills. They all failed miserably, and Dragon just grew more terrible. He chased fuzzy yellow ducklings around the moat. He TP'd the castle, and he burned every last royal marshmallow to a blackened crisp. The villagers had had enough. Enough, they said, and they posted this sign. Brave people, whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift from the king. It shall be a nice gift, we hope. Ye shall like it. Perhaps. His Royal Majesty the King. Dragon was here again. Ordinary blokes and lassies lined up to try their hand at taming the dragon. They all failed. Embarrassingly so. And just when you thought it wasn't possible, Dragon grew even more terrible. He popped birthday balloons. He drew funny faces on the drawbridge. And he burped in church, loudly, honestly. That's terrible and rude. A boy wearing a feathered cap and a look of determination had had enough. Only he didn't say enough, like you thought he would. Instead, he sketched a story. The next day, Dragon followed a trail of marshmallows to a shady tree where the boy was reading. The boy spied the dragon out of the corner of his eye, and he began to read aloud in a booming voice. And then the brave dragon swooped in to save the princess, he said. Dragon stopped in his tracks. But the terrible knight pulled out his wicked sword. Dragon pretended not to listen. The brave dragon roared, and the fraidy cat knight trembled in his boots. Dragon pretended to walk away. A crowd began to gather, and Dragon took cover in a tree. The boy continued reading, page after page after page, until snap, crash, Dragon landed on the ground with a terrible thud. The crowd gasped. The dragon roared. The clever boy didn't flinch. He reached out a hand to the dragon and said, "Would you like to hear how the story ends?" And just when you thought it wasn't possible, Dragon smiled. And he took a seat beneath the tree with the other children. Honestly, that's adorable. The king cheered. The villagers cheered. The baby unicorn and fuzzy ducklings cheered the loudest of all. At long last, the terrible dragon had been tamed. The end. Oh, hey, wait. What about the reward? Oh, yes, that. The gift was a new friend. A nice dragon, of course. The end. I hope you enjoyed that story about Dragon. He was terrible, wasn't it? But the boy had a clever idea. He enjoyed those stories. I also have another story today about Dragon, and it's about King Jack and the Dragon. And it was written by Peter Bentley and Helen Oxenbury. This is about 3 children that are playing a little game. Let's see. Jack, Zach, and Casper were making a den, a mighty great fort for King Jack and his men. A big cardboard box, an old sheet and some sticks, a couple of trash bags, and a few broken bricks. A fine royal throne from a ragged old quilt, a drawbridge, a flag, and the castle was built. "Prepare to do battle, brave knights," cried King Jack. "Protect your king's castle from dragon attacks." They spent the whole day fighting dragons and beasts. Rah! And they returned to their stronghold for fabulous feasts. "We'll all sleep the night in the fort," said King Jack. Then a giant came by, and he went home with Sir Zach. Who do you think that giant is? Two can fight dragons, no problem, Jack said. Then another giant came and took Casper to bed. Wrapped up in his blanket, Jack sat on his throne. All right then, he said, I'll fight dragons alone. Then a strong gust of wind made the trees start to quiver. It's nothing, thought Jack, with a hint of a shiver. A mouse scampered over the roof, skitter-scurry. It's nothing, thought Jack. There's no reason to worry. Frog, croaked a frog. It's nothing, thought Jack, as he switched on his light in the deepening black. How does he look there? Too-hoo, called an owl. It's nothing, Jack said, and he pulled up his blanket right over his head. Then suddenly, brave Jack, heart skipped a beat. He could hear something coming, a thing with 4 feet. It was outside the drawbridge. King Jack gave a yelp. A dragon! A dragon! Mommy! Dad! Help! He wished he was anything else but a king, as the drawbridge fell open, and there stood the thing. Let's see what it is. The thing. What do you think it could be? We're sorry, said Mommy, if we gave you a fright. But it's time for brave kings to come in for the night. And kings who fought dragons all day need a bath, said Dad as he lifted King Jack off the path. I knew you weren't really a dragon, yawned Jack, as he bravely rode home on the big giant's back. And there he is. It's tough fighting dragons. Hope you enjoyed that story. And this week, the craft is, of course, a dragon. And here he is. You can wave that fire, and I'll tell you how to make it. If you come into the library, you'll get a kit that looks like this, and inside will be a toilet paper tube, and there's a green rectangle. What you're going to do is put a little glue on the green paper, and then you're going to roll it onto the toilet paper tube. And you might want to hold it for a few minutes until it starts to stick. Then once you have your green tube, you're going to take the 2 large pom-poms, and they look like this, and you're going to glue a googly eye onto it, right in the center, like that. And then you'll glue it on to one end of the toilet paper tube. Then there's 2 small pom-poms, and you're going to glue those at the other end for his snout or nostrils. And you have lots of pieces of colored tissue paper, which will be the fire. Put a little glue inside, and then you can stick these inside, and you will have the fire. And that's all it takes to make your fire-breathing dragon. Also in the sheet are again a couple of activities. And there is a picture of how the dragon should look. And this week, the activities are a coloring page of a dragon. And then you have another dragon to glue, or to color and glue. And this one, you can fly through the air. So you can color the scales, color the wings, then you're gonna cut them out and put the wings right across this way. And then it tells you how to fold your dragon, and then you can try and you'll have a flying dragon. So I hope you enjoy those and come into the library. Don't forget your reading logs, and I hope you enjoyed our story hour today, and I will see you again next week. Bye-bye.